What if your body could repair a severed tendon, heal a stomach ulcer, or bounce back from a muscle tear in half the time? In biohacking, BPC-157, body protection compound 157, is called the Wolverine Peptide for rapid tissue regeneration. But while forums swear it's a miracle, global anti-doping agencies have banned it, and the Food and Drug Administration has it under a regulatory microscope. Is it a breakthrough or a dangerous gamble? Let's look at the actual science. Welcome back. Before we dissect this molecule, a quick guardrail. This video is for educational and research purposes only, not medical advice. Peptides are powerful biological tools. Always consult a physician first. If you love deep, science-backed breakdowns like this, take a second to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and click the bell icon so you never miss our weekly deep dives. Today, we're breaking down its chemistry, how it works in the body, the human data gap, and the upcoming legal verdict. BPC-157 was isolated in 1993 from human gastric juice. It's a synthetically engineered pentadecapeptide, a chain of 15 amino acids. Most peptides are incredibly fragile. Swallow them, and stomach acid destroys them instantly. But BPC-157 can survive in human gastric juice for over 24 hours. Because it resists enzymatic breakdown, it possesses a rare trait for peptides: high oral stability. In research, you'll encounter two main forms, BPC-157 acetate and pentadeca arginate, or PDA. Acetate is the standard form used for injections, but it's chemically fragile and requires constant refrigeration. Arginate binds the peptide to an L-arginine salt, making it highly stable at room temperature and drastically increasing its oral bioavailability so it can pass seamlessly into your system. How does it heal? First, it triggers angiogenesis, the creation of new blood vessels. BPC-157 activates the cellular ERK1/2 signaling pathway, telling endothelial cells to form new vascular tubes. It upregulates transcription factors like EGR1 to start the process, but balanced by a co-repressor gene called NAB2 to prevent dangerous, out-of-control vascular growth. It also makes tissues highly sensitive to circulating VEGF. Second, in muscles and tendons, it activates the FAK-paxillin pathway. This acts as a homing beacon, migrating repair cells called fibroblasts to the injury site to deposit type 1 and type 3 collagen. It also increases growth hormone receptors on these cells. Systemically, it modulates nitric oxide to protect blood vessels and normalizes brain neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin to prevent neurotoxicity. Because of these mechanisms, animal data is mind-blowing. In rats, BPC-157 accelerates the structural reconnection of severed tendons to bone, an area with notoriously poor blood flow. It heals damaged muscles with minimal scarring, repairs bone fractures, and can even regenerate cut sciatic nerves. True to its stomach origins, it heals severe gastric ulcers, GERD, and inflammatory bowel fistulas. But here is the catch. The human evidence is exceptionally weak. Almost all validation comes from rodents. There are only 3 published small-scale human pilot studies. A 2021 knee pain study had just 16 patients and 0 control groups, introducing heavy recall bias. A 2014 bladder study had only 12 patients and was completely open label. We are translating mouse data directly to humans without large-scale trials. This human data gap introduces a massive biological risk called the oncological paradox. Because BPC-157 aggressively promotes angiogenesis via VEGF, it creates a perfect environment for hidden tumor cells to grow and metastasize. Cancer feeds on new blood vessels. If an undetected malignancy is present, flooding your body with an angiogenic growth peptide could theoretically accelerate its progression. Furthermore, chronic overactivation of the EGR1 pathway is linked to heart valve stenosis and atherosclerosis. Because much of the BPC-157 online comes from unverified gray market research sites, consumers face a major risk of injecting products contaminated with heavy metals or bacterial endotoxins. The Food and Drug Administration has already logged multiple serious adverse events from unregulated peptide use. If you compete, beware. WADA strictly banned BPC-157 in 2022 under the S0 category of non-approved substances. It is banned at all times, stays detectable in urine for at least 72 hours, and athletes are receiving multi-year bans. For the general public, the FDA added it to Category 2 in 2023 due to safety risks. While they technically removed it from Category 2 in April 2026, it remains in a strict legal gray area. The final verdict is coming. The Food and Drug Administration's Pharmacy Compounding Advisory Committee will formally review BPC-157 on July 23rd and 24th, 2026, to decide its compounding fate. Meanwhile, a rigorous, randomized Phase 2 human clinical trial is underway right now, testing it on hamstring strains, concluding in early 2027. Until then, it's a high-stakes biological gamble. Let me know your thoughts below. Subscribe, and I'll see you next time.